Good day everyone, it's Squiggles and this is my tutorial on Dwarf Fortress. We're going to go over retaking lost dwarven fortresses. Once your world is done, you're going to want to click play and then take a look at the reclaim button and look at all the abandoned fortresses in your world. From there you're going to want to pick one of them. I got one right here that I like where the boss monster's name is Uslot Giltbrand's the treasure of taxes was a dragon. It's a dragon. I assume it's still there. And we're going to go and we're going to hunt it. The thing to keep in mind, it might not be there. A lot of times when I do this, the monster ain't there. Or it's hiding there and it will lure me into a sense of self-confidence. And in about a month or two, upon barking, it'll just ambush me in the middle of my base and kill me. But it's worth it. You get a lot of treasure this way. And you don't have to do as much work. Kind of skips a lot of the grind. Advise doing prepare carefully. I'm going to get rid of all the items that you would normally start with. A lot of this stuff is useless in the context of your adventure. You're going to be taking 7 dwarves on effectively a suicide mission. I like to get rid of the ale as well. I understand that dwarves without ale lose their freaking mind and begin to kill each other, and they need ale to survive, but they also need food, and I'm going to get rid of that too. I'm going to get rid of everything. I'm going to survive on what the base has. I've done this a lot of times, and the base usually has a plethora of food, equipment, treasure that could get you by to your first caravan and get you some money or some equipment that you might need. What we're going to do is we're going to get weapons. We're going to train our dwarves in those weapons. I have chosen crossbows for this session. I felt like it fit better. And so we're going to get crossbows and bolts. I almost never get armor. I don't know if armor is really good. There usually is a lot of armor when I go to these maps, and I know a trick that you can use to get your armor equipped to your dwarves. We're going to go over a lazy method later in this video, but safe to say I typically get the weapons I want, and I train my dwarves to use those weapons. This is the final tally of equipment that I have. I have 7 crossbows. I have 7 leather quivers. I have 140 copper bolts and 45 silver bolts. I'd say over here I exchange a few, move some stuff around, but the general idea, 7 crossbows, 7 quivers, a fuck ton of bolts, a mixture of silver and copper based on what I can afford. And from there, I actually train my dwarves in the equipment. I go with the archer skill. I go with the dwarven... what's the name of it? I'm even looking for it as the recording's going on. I think it's called Mark's Dwarf. I go Mark's Dwarf, Archer, and that's about it. I just max them out. You can go dodging if you would like. I do not go dodging because they get hit anyway and they die anyway. So I maximize the range and the ability to hit the monster in this. And here we are at the beginning. This is the Dwarven Outpost. This is what most of the AI Dwarven Outposts look like. I think every Dwarven Outpost I've ever seen has always looked like this. At least the ones, the AI created. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take a look at the supply depot that the traders come from. And as you can see, there's a bunch of equipment here. A bunch of loot. Stuff that you can use to arm your dwarf. It feels like we got some food and not a lot of good equipment, but some weapons here. I'm going to stick with crossbows in this, but, you could have, if you had like a melee dwarf, maybe a better weapon would have been there. All kinds of stuff. We're going to take a look in the fortress because we get a good amount of vision. This is one of those dwarven roads. They connect you to all the cities. In adventure mode, you used to be able to just walk this whole thing if you wanted to, from settlement to settlement. They connect the dwarven cities. We do not have complete vision over this fort, which is the most probably annoying thing when you first start doing this is how am I going to get that vision? And I'm going to go over that real quick. First, we got to come back all the way to the surface, and then we're going to want to go to the squad menu. At the squad menu, we're going to need to assign an expedition leader, because when you pull it up, it will tell you to do that. Then you're going to go into the government tab, and you're going to assign it. It's near where the expedition leader is. It's a little crown. You're going to click on that, and you're going to assign an expedition leader. From here, we're going to want to equip our troops with some equipment. We're going to pick the archer template, and we're going to click the plus sign, that little check mark, and we're going to want to give an order. Now what we're going to see is our dwarves going to run around, and they're going to equip themselves with any equipment that they can find. And then they're going to be a trained crossbowman. But we're going to want more than just one of our dwarves with a crossbow and some equipment. And so we're going to want to click on the icon next to our leader. It's the little dwarf icon that's right next to her icon. And from there we can click position 2. And we can assign position 2. And we just fill them all up. And we're going to want to fill all our people up. And then assign them to the archer template. And then we just need to give an order to the command options. As you can see, when you click the blue icon and you select your squad, a bunch of menus go up here, and you can just give a command. That green arrow will indicate moving, and that's how we'll move around the base to secure vision. And so we just come back down here, and then we give a command for them to move into the base to clear some vision right next to this road. And then they'll automatically, up on the surface, are re-equipping, or I should say equipping, their crossbows to begin to go down here and adventure. And we will explore this tunnel this way. Some of the dwarves didn't get a crossbow, but that's fine. I think that's fine. And as you can see, it clears up the vision, and you just, once again, click the red circle to cancel all orders, and the green arrow to give out new ones for moving. The axe represents attacking, and you could hover over it. Not the axe. The sword represents attacking a monster and killing it. And those are the basic orders we're going to use to explore this place. The little red arrow dots can also be used to set up patrols, but they're not really useful for what we're doing. They'll become useful when you want squads, patrolling your territory. After a while, you'll get big enough to have to worry about vampires and stuff. And so you're going to want squads to patrol. I'm just exploring these caverns, keeping an eye out for the dragon, the tax collector, or whatever his name is, the glory of tax. And then we're going to head back. And we're going to take a look to try to find some supplies. We want to get some beer, preferably, some food. More supplies are good. This place is typically rich, and we just need to explore. We're going to go up near this door, and then as you can see, it all just gets filled out. And then we just do that again. Head over here near the stairs, and it will explore even more. I'm not really finding anything of value, which is annoying. But as you can see, we got the workshops down here. Lots of these anvils can be broken down and sold if you need to. There's way more than you're ever going to need when you do it like this. These cities often hold a crap ton of people. These are all rooms that have been looted, I suppose. We want to look for their stockpile. But we're going to head over here. Another way to keep, once you get to a dormitory like this, exploring it will reveal stairs. And from stairs, you can move down and you can look around. There's stairs over here you could use. And there's more room. You click that red circle again to cancel all the orders. Click the green to command a new move command. If you don't click the red one, what will happen is over time your squad will split up. because it'll keep each of those orders, and your squad will keep trying to protect each square. Because what that green arrow is really doing is saying, hey, go here, protect this spot. And it's a useful tool to explore this place while keeping your people together. Because the dragon could be around any of these corners, and we could have a fight on our hand at any point. And if we were to run into the dragon, it would say ambush, and then you would get an alert. You'd want to go there for the fight. You get a fighting alert over here, a little notification. And we keep doing this. We keep keeping our eye out for treasure. We're gonna have to go deeper down into the mine. And from here we can see their stockpile, their resources that's been left over here. Annoyingly, there isn't any ale or resources that I need. I guess this is on me. I guess note of this: bring some freaking alcohol, bring some resources, cut out on the bolts. However, in this list, I did spot a couple of good items. So you can use that little that little tab to unlock everything. It looks like a lock that unlocks, as you see that I just did there. And you can just see there's some items that I noticed while hovering it. A couple crossbows and a couple better bolts that I want to equip to my dwarf. Now, I don't know why this fort doesn't have many items. Maybe the dragon just raided it. I honestly don't know. Usually there's a lot more stuff here. But you would just delete squad, and then you would just remake the squad. And as you notice, they all put their stuff down. And what they'll do is they'll re-pick it up. Now, the AI can be a little wonky when doing this. This is a bit of a lazier method. You could do each dwarf individually, so the dwarves that you want the equipment to move. Or you could just delete the whole squad like I did, because it doesn't look like the dragon's here. I had to look around. I'm not seeing the dragon. So this is a little trick you can do to get your dwarves to equip better stuff. If you come across a big room of treasure or armor, you could do that, and they'll drop all their stuff. And then when you reassemble the squad, if you've turned on all the stuff, they'll pick that stuff up and they'll equip it. Let's see. All right, here. I noticed this little spot where like the dwarves could not have gone, and I like to check these spots because this is a good indicator that this might have been where the dragon was. It spawned here and it moved over here, because there's a path the dragon could get to but the dwarves can't. Coming up here, the dwarves can't get there, but a flying dragon probably could. And so I'm going to build a stairway down here and explore it to see whatever's down here. It could just be a graphical bug. It just shows itself and nothing could be here. But it's worth exploring because I've explored this place and I've found no hide or hair of a dragon anywhere in this fort. There doesn't seem to be a dragon. Now, it could have left, or it could just be a little ways out of the box, and so eventually it'll just wander back in here and attack the fortress. However, I'm going to give it good exploration because I think it would be a good thing. So my dwarves should be arriving here shortly, giving us some vision on this area, and we'll see what's down here. I'm just moving around up here. This is the staircase I built, and then we're down here. And my dwarves should be arriving right about now. And now we have vision over here. And as we can see, this is a little cavern with little spots going up. I'm trying to see exactly, because it goes up and down where it is. Just getting a good eye on everything that's going on over here. I don't know if this leads anywhere. Oh, I got a fight here. There's a fight between a troglodyte. We got a fight between a troglodyte and my dwarves all the way at the surface. Okay. That's one of the dangers if you get a if you do this. Sometimes you get open caverns that are just awkwardly placed in your base, and I suppose they could have climbed all the way up. I suppose it gives us something to fight. The troglodyte, I don't see it. It doesn't seem to be here. And the dwarf seems to be fine? No health problems? Troglodyte's dead, I think. That's all of them? Taking a look to find the culprit. And there we have it, the culprit. The goddamn troglodytes. As we can see, there are troglodytes in this place. And I'm going to kill them. I'm going to kill them all because... Or, well, the ones I can get my hands on. I'll probably lose a few in the scruffle. But as we can see, they're starting fights. And I think this is a good way to show combat. You click the sword icon, and you just right-click them. And you can actually have your dwarves attack them. And your dwarves against a troglodyte is actually pretty effective. Although, I don't know if it's going to fare well for this dwarf over here. But as you can see, he killed 2. And I don't know if he can handle all these. Hopefully the squad can get here in time. I don't know why they're just standing there. I'm probably going to have to play with it to make sure they actually move. Click cancel. Click confirm. Here we go. God, I hope that wasn't that bad. I probably could have handled that better. I'm still getting used to the new UI since it moved to Steam. And we got an alert. Yeah, one of my dwarves died. That sucks. But, you know, you're going to lose a few dwarves if you do a re-embark every once in a while. Great thing about these caverns, not that I'm going to take time to really show it, their soil is really great for farming. So if you actually find them and can hold on to them, you can use them to farm. And then we're just going to hunt down the troglodytes and kill them. I'm just trying to find them over here. I'm not used to the tile set. I'm getting a little tired. It's a little late. I'm trying to wrap this video up, get it out. I think overall, you can kind of see that you can get a lot out of this. It was too good. I think I'm going to keep this, even though I didn't get a lot. And you don't really get to see the spoils. You do get to see some of the treasure. Bring some ale. I'd recommend it. I did it every time. I brought ale and food until I decided to do this recording. And I didn't bring it. And there wasn't anything here. So I don't think there's any real gain on continuing the fortress past this, you know, into the future. Because we're probably not going to make it to the cart. But, yeah, a little change I could make in the beginning. Bringing ale and food. I would recommend that. It doesn't really matter what weapons you break, because most of the times I do this, the beast isn't even here. And some of these fortresses are really well put together, and you don't even have caverns like this that you need to worry about. But as you can see, it's not that hard to explore the map. You just use the green arrow to move, use the sword to attack anything. You can use the 3-dot marker, the little icon there, to, you know, create a patrol. And the red circle to cancel. And those are the only things you really need to know for the sake of embarking and exploring these maps. Thank you for watching this video. I've been Squiggles, and I hope to see you later in another time in another video. Goodbye.